We have the Lone Star tick. Now, the Lone Star tick's distribution is across the southern United States. A pretty characteristic looking individual. They've got a big white spot there on its back. One really interesting disease is that the Lone Star tick has the ability to cause us to develop a life-threatening allergy to red meat. Now, what happens is when ticks feed on us, both males and females will readily feed on our blood, right? So a little bit different than mosquitoes. Only female mosquitoes bite us. Well, with ticks, it's both males and females. When they bite, they lodge their mouth parts into our skin, and they start actively injecting saliva into the bite wound. The saliva helps to prevent the blood from clotting so that they can continuously feed. Also helps to numb the site. Well, inside that saliva is a lot of proteins. And for some reason, the Lone Star tick, when they inject those proteins, our bodies can respond to those proteins in a way that we develop a potentially life-threatening allergy to red meat. So yes, if you are an enjoyer of a good steak, you could be bitten by a Lone Star tick, and the result of that bite could be that you could never ever eat red meat again without potentially facing a life-threatening issue. Pretty terrifying. Now, the last tick on the list is the Rocky Mountain Woods tick. This tick, its distribution is primarily restricted to the Rocky Mountain states, and it has the ability to spread and vector Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And it's important to know this because you never know when there's going to be a new species on the horizon that is unfortunately introduced in the United States. We're actually dealing with that right now. In around 2017, we confirmed a new species of tick, the Asian Longhorn Tick, that's slowly making its way across the United States. Now, this tick species is more of a veterinary pest, meaning that it tends to impact livestock, but it also has been shown to feed on pets, so dogs and cats and that kind of thing. One concern with this tick, though, is that the females don't need to reproduce to actively produce another generation. So the female doesn't need to find a male to mate and produce offspring. They can generate and develop eggs that can then result in the next generation being produced without having to reproduce. So creating a condition that allows this tick to reproduce very, very quickly without the requirement of reproduction, and allowing them to spread.